It's 2020. Time to wake the fuck up. Hello, and welcome to Notes from the Cuckoo's Nest. I'm your host, Neal Fox, and I'll be doing one of these shows about once a week, God willing, if I'm willing. Anyway, if anybody's willing, I'll be here about once a week. Hope you stick around and subscribe and do that YouTube thing that you do so well. So, what kind of a year was it last year? What was the most important thing we heard about last year? Could it be the world coming to an end in 12 years? Sound familiar? Looks like the experts have been predicting this for as long as mankind was around. The sky is falling. Oh my God. New ice age by the 21st century. Yeah, that came about. Dr. Ehrlich, America will be subject to water rationing by 1974. All right. New ice age. On and on and on. Another ice age. Prepare for long, hot summers. Children just aren't going to know what snow is. Here's another one. Grim forecast. June 30th, 1989. Senior environmental official at the United Nations, Noel Brown, says the entire nations could be wiped off the face of the earth by rising sea levels if global warming is not reversed by the year 2000.
Oh my.
All right, here's how they work this. See this data on the right here? This is what policymakers are shown, a slight rise since 1960. The news gets this. This goes out to the politicians. It's scare tactics. Take a look at this. Actually, before 1960, heat waves were much more prevalent. It was much hotter from 1900 to 1960. But they don't show that. They show from 1960 to 2020 a slight rise. This is called manipulation of data so as to create a problem. Take a look at this. This is exactly what climate change is all about. We redistribute de facto the world's wealth by climate policy. One has to free oneself from the illusion that international climate policy is environmental policy. This has almost nothing to do with environmental policy anymore. Dr. Otmar Enderhofer from the IPCC, the UN. Okay, take a look at this. It's the most important part of it. We redistribute de facto the world's wealth by climate policy. You getting it? The dots starting to connect.
How dare you!
The climate alarmists are not the only ones who like to manipulate data to prove their points. Big Pharma is really, really good at this. Not too many years ago, there was a 4-page full-color pullout in these medical magazines, the kind you find in doctor's offices. And I believe it was for Prozac. And they showed how after a 4-week study, Prozac was much better at handling depression than the placebo. And there was only one problem. It was an 8-week study, not a 4-week study. And after 8 weeks, the placebo was doing better than Prozac. Just a little point they forgot to put in there. And the placebo didn't have these funny little side effects like depression, suicide, mass murder, violence. You know, people on placebos weren't going into schoolyards and shooting everybody in sight. And now for some dumb shit.
Well, now to an unusual battle in the art world over, of all things, a banana. An artwork featuring the fruit by the Italian artist Maurizio Cattelan had been sold for more than $100,000 in Miami. But then a rival artist took the banana off the wall and, ready for this, he ate it. But the story's for real, isn't it?
It is for real, and it's all about a banana just like this that was bought in a local grocery store. It was stuck to a wall using duct tape, so just like this, as part of an installation at the Miami Art Festival known as Art Basel. And then another artist came along. His name is David Tertuna, who referred to himself as the hungry artist. He decided that this banana looked good enough to eat. He pulled it off the wall, he peeled it, and he began eating it.
And somebody apparently paid $120,000 US for this banana stuck to the wall. I mean, who would spend that kind of money?
Well, let me tell you, it's not just one person. 3 people spent that kind of money because they had limited editions of this banana, a piece of artwork.
Okay. One of these days, this patron of the arts is going to wake up and have an Emperor's New Clothes moment. He's going to slap his forehead and say, "Oh my God, I just paid $120,000 for a banana." What do you think? That's about $50,000 right there. Anyway, I like to balance things out. You know, there's a lot of crap going on in the world, and we have to be aware of it so that we can fight it. But it's very easy to get down about these things, and we need to stay insouciant. That's one of my favorite words, insouciance. It just means lighthearted, because if we're going to fight the fight, we have to stay up here rather than down here. We don't want to be slitting our wrists because of all the bad news. And of course, the news, the mainstream media, they're always going to be reporting bad news and weird stuff and stuff. So I like to balance it off and end every show with something good, because there's a lot of good going on in the world. There's about 1,000 good things going on for every bad thing in the world. So let's take a look at this. Oh, jeez. Oh my God, he's taking what a putz. Hit and run. But watch this. This is the good part. Yep, we got him cornered. 3 good Samaritans captured this putz, and now we're going to serve a little justice. Well, that was fun, wasn't it, kiddies? All right, if you want to help me out to keep this thing going, I've got some links in the description. You can check it out and see what you could do to help out. And the most important way to help out is to share. Just share this video, get the word out, like it, subscribe it, do all that wonderful stuff you do on YouTube. And keep in mind, I'll be back in about a week, and hope you liked it. And here's a recommended video. It's a music video. I do a lot of music. So I'll be seeing you shortly. Love you guys. Bye-bye.